Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from
Hey, sports fans, what's going down? Good morning. It's your boy Marley Best. This is Brothers and Bets NBA edition morning show. And when I'm talking to NBA, I got my brother back from the dead, as the coach would say, Mr. LJ from Houston. What's up, LJ?
What's going down, man?
What's
Cap
going
these
on?
games. See if we can find some money.
I can't hear you, man. I can't hear you. Maybe my music's low.
You can't hear me? You can't hear me?
That's better. I had to turn my volume low. That's on me.
Oh, okay. But nah, I was just
Volume
saying,
low.
let's cap these games. See if we can find some money.
Yeah. Let's jump into that. Let's jump right into it. Recap real quick, as of course, last show, which was Monday. I did pretty good. LJ did all right. Let's just keep it real. LJ did bad. But
Yeah,
we know
did
we
bad.
know LJ. We know that's not indicative of how he caps. So we always expect to bounce back. In my case, we go try to keep it going. You want to elaborate on it, or you want to keep moving?
Nah, let's keep it moving, man. Let's get that
Keep
record
it
up.
moving. I hear you. All right. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. First game on the docket is hometown squad. We got the Rockets. They're going up to take on the Cleveland, surprisingly good this year, Cleveland Cavaliers. The line is at -9. The total is at 216. Let's go down to the injury report real quick. For the Rockets, we got Gordon out. Wood is questionable. House Jr. has been downgraded to out. KPJ, Kevin Porter Jr., has been downgraded to out. And Green is out indefinitely. For the Cavs, we got Sexton. Oh, he's been out for the season. Mobley is questionable. Keep that in mind. Let's get into some of these actual factuals. The Houston Rockets, 5-0 ATS in their last 5 games, 8-2 straight up in their last 10 games, but 1-4 ATS in the last 5 games against Cleveland, 12-5 straight up in their last 17 games against Cleveland, but 2-18 straight up in their last 20 games on the road, and 9-1 ATS in their last 10 games this season. 5-1 ATS in their last 6 games against an opponent from the Eastern Conference, and the total is going over in 6 of their last 6 games against the Central Division opponent, but under in 5 of the last 6 games when playing on the road against Cleveland, and over in 6 of the last 7 games. The Cavs, 10-0 ATS in their last 10 games, 8-2 straight up in their last 10 games, 7-0 ATS in their last 7 games at home, 12-0 ATS in their last 12 games this season, but 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games against an opponent from the Southwest Division. The total is going under in 8 of their last 11 games against an opponent from the Western Conference, under in 5 of the last 7 games at home against Houston, and under in 4 of the last 6 games against Houston, generally speaking. Mr. LJ from Houston. Rockets going on the road to take on the Cavs, -9. Totals at 216. Talk to me.
As you see, I got my Rocket Blue on
I do
this
see you
morning,
got your Rockets cap on.
representing. But far as the game, Rockets missing too many people, man. Eric Gordon is probably one of their main scorers. You know, he went off in Atlanta the other night. Rockets ended up scoring 44 points in the fourth
No,
quarter
I don't know
to
how
win
they
that
came
game.
back and got that game.
It had a lot to do with Eric Gordon. He was like 5 of 8 from the three, you see, and it was clutch threes too, like
Right.
impossible shots that he shouldn't have made, but they went in for some reason. But I just think it's too many injuries, considering Cavs, as we know, is a great first half team, 22-7 first half ATS. You know, on the season, 12-3 at home ATS in the first half on the season. So, and they missing what? Just Sexy. You say Mobley's questionable, you know.
Sexton. Moby's questionable. I'm assuming he's probably going to play.
But as far as that,
I
you know,
don't
they
know.
got their full squad. So, you know,
Right.
it's the war of attrition with me as far as this game. And I'm gonna stick to my theory. You know what I'm saying? Go back to the well, as we do. Cavs first half. I'm not
Yep.
gonna take the full game because they might let off and the Rockets may squeak it out and cover that 9. But as far as the first half, Cavs, man, going back to the well. all day.
Cavs first half. Let me see if I can get that line. I actually cannot right now.
It's not up yet.
But nah, let me see if I can refresh it. Nah, nothing. Just got the full game.
Okay.
Just the full game at 9. I assume the first half should be around 5.
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere up in that general area. Write that down here. Cavs first half. All right. So I mean, I'm in the same line of thinking as you are, pretty much. However, I think 9 is just too many points, so I'm not staying away from that. I mean, I am staying away from that. Excuse me. I'm gonna ride with you with that Cavs first half, though. You put me on that play, to Monday. Brought that to my attention. I jumped on it, took it. Gonna take it again today. Like you said, the 9 kind of. I don't like spreads that high sometimes with these NBA games.
Yeah, especially
Backdoor covers. So, yeah.
Cleveland's been playing good D though, man. They've been holding their point at 42%. Last 3 games. Rockets been 50%. So,
As shy as injured as the Rockets are right now, the under might not be a bad play.
Yeah, that may not be a bad play. I agree.
Look a little more into
Won't make it official, though,
because where's the scoring going to come from if you're the Rockets?
I mean, it's gonna have to depend on Tate, DJ Augustine. You got who else you got out there? You say Wood's questionable, right?
Wood's questionable.
Yeah, he may sit too. So probably all our starters gonna sit pretty much.
That's fine. That nine might be good.
Kevin Martin Jr. too, man. Do you see how high he can elevate Kenyon Martin's son?
Yeah, I mean he's Kenyon Martin's son.
He can touch the backboard, the top of the backboard, bro. Like
I've
it's
never
so
seen
real. No, it's unreal, Marley, on how high he can jump, bro. Like he will block a shot like straight up, you got to see it just to believe. Because I've seen it live in person. It's incredible. But you just have to see it to understand.
I've seen it in person.
Like, it's just like he just rises up, bro, and it's crazy. He can just go higher and higher. However the ball is, he goes. So, but yeah, official play, Cavs first half. We're not gonna think too hard about this. All right. Let's keep it
moving. Next game we got on the docket. I don't know if we got to play on this game. We got the Pacers. They're going on the road to take on LJ's Bucks, as I like to call them. The line is at the Bucks. They're home dogs, plus 1.5. The total is at 217. Let's look at the injury report real quick. Since LJ blurted it out, we'll start with the Bucks. Lopez, he's been out. Hill has been upgraded to probable. Wesley Matthews has been downgraded to out. Cousins out. Middleton is questionable. Giannis is out. Agili, he is out. And DiVincenzo, he's been out. Pacers. Holiday is questionable. Warren's been out. And TJ McConnell has been out as well. Alrighty. Actual factuals. The Pacers, they're 1-5 ATS in their last 6 against Milwaukee. 0-6 straight up in their last 6 games against Milwaukee. 0-6 ATS in their last 6 games when playing on the road in Milwaukee. 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games against an opponent from the Central Division. The total has gone over in 5 of their last 5 games against an opponent from the Eastern Conference, but under in 9 of their last 10 road games and over in 7 of the last 10 games, generally speaking, or period. Milwaukee, they're 1-4 ATS in the last 5, but 12-3 straight up in their last 15, 8-0 straight up in their last 8 at home, 6-0 ATS in their last 6 games when playing against Indiana at home, but 2-6 ATS in their last 8 games this season, 8-3 straight up in their last 11 games against an opponent from the Eastern Conference, and the total's gone under in 6 of their last 7 games played on Wednesday, but over in 6 of the last 9 when playing as a favorite, and over in 4 of the last 5 games against Indiana. The Pacers on the road to take on Milwaukee. LJ, do you have a play on this game?
I do not have a side on this game, but I do have a couple of props that I wanted, some people to, that's viewing the show to take a look at. So,
all right, go ahead.
Go with your side first, and then I'll do the props.
No, go ahead. You can do your props.
Okay, well, I'm just thinking Giannis is out, and I really don't like betting on Milwaukee when Giannis doesn't play. And they don't have a good record when all three of them are playing. You
So
know,
why
it's
not bet
like
against them?
because I don't trust the Pacers. You see what I'm saying? Because the Bucks play good defense, so
Okay, gotcha.
they could pull this game out without Giannis. I'm just not going to bet on the side. But I do have a player prop. Well, each side actually, but my strongest one is Connington, Milwaukee, off the bench. He's averaging a little over 30 minutes a game off the bench. So he's their main haul. And he's hit at least 2 threes 6 of the last 8 games. So once that player prop come out, if it's 1.5 over plus money with Pat Connaughton, 3 points made, take that prop because it's hit 4 out of the last 6 times. And on the other side, we got Miles Turner. Giannis is out. They have Lopez out. I think another big is out as well for Milwaukee. So they're going to be thin on that front line. So I'm thinking Sabonis and Turner could have both good games. I know they're not going to juice Sabonis's prop. I know it's not going to be plus money because he's a double-double anyway. You know, he averages 18 and 12. So not sure they're going to give us a lot of money on that one. But that Miles Turner, look at his prop. I don't know. Points, rebounds, blocks. You know, you probably got to combine a little bit or so. But I will go with the over 9.5 rebounds because he's averaging 10. So if they have over 9.5 plus money, take Miles Turner's rebounds. But you also can look at the points, rebounds, and blocks too, just to see if you can combine some things to get some plus money. So that's my plays on that one. But as far as the side, I'm just going to stay away. It's early. Like I said, I don't like the Bucks when they're not full squad. So that's my
No, that's I think those are 2 really good props, honestly. I might follow. I like that Miles Turner prop, especially with no Giannis, no Lopez on the rebounds. That should be good money. I'm on the side though, and I'm gonna tell you what side I'm on. I'm on the Pacers. I like it money line. No Giannis. I know all the actual facts I read off about their 0-6 in Milwaukee and yada 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 and all that stuff. But as of late, the Pacers are playing really good basketball. They won their 3 out of the last 5. They just lost to a really, really good Golden State team. And before that, they won 3 straight. And they beat Washington, New York, and Dallas all on the road. I mean, all at home, excuse me.
Yeah, I'm home.
And then the other loss is to Miami. So there are 2 losses out of the last 5 games. It's the 2 really good teams. Now, granted, it's all at home, but I just think with no Giannis, no Middleton, no Lopez, I mean, who's going to produce the points to put up in this game? Who's gonna stop Sabonis? Who's gonna bang with Sabonis? Who's gonna contain Brogdon? I guess that's probably gonna be Holiday. I don't know how
collective effort.
It has to be a collective effort from everybody. Because other than that, they got no shot in winning this game. I'm on the Pacers. I don't know if anybody tuned into the last show. I've been on the Pacers like a bunch of those 3 out of those last 5 games, and the Pacers have been getting me paid. They covered against Golden State the other day, even though they lost. I took the +4. I didn't take the money line. So I'm back on. Like what you say, LJ earlier? You're back on. What did you say earlier?
Going back to the well.
Going back to the well. Yes, sir.
Both of these 2 teams are top 3 in first half ATS. You know, they're both 7-3 in their last 10. So I'm not mad at your play. You know,
yeah.
Keep getting that money with the Pacers, bro.
I'm going back to the well until the well is dry. Drove my Chevy to the living. The water was dry. Yeah, that's some Texas. I'm a Texas boy at the end of the day. All right, so I like the Pacers here. LJ likes Miles Turner prop and Pat Covington prop. We're gonna keep it going. The next game we got on the docket is Minnesota Timberwolves. They're going on the road to take on the Denver Nuggets. The line is at the Nuggets -4.5. Total is at 220.5. Let's look at it.
That's a high total.
I know, huh? And I'm honestly staying the hell away. I haven't dove deep into NBA enough yet to be messing with totals right now, unless I know like injury reports or something got to be like standing out for me to fuck with it right now. All right, injury report. Minnesota, we got Russell. He's questionable. That's it. We know on the Denver side, Rivers has been upgraded. He missed last game. He's been upgraded to questionable. Barton, he missed last game. He's been upgraded to probable. Aaron Gordon is probable. Jeff Green's been downgraded to out. Murray's been out. I wonder when Murray's coming back. Dozier's been out, and Porter Jr. has been out. Couple actual factuals. Minnesota, the 2-5 ATS in their last 7 games, 1-5 straight up in their last 6 games, 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games against Denver, and 0-10 straight up in their last 10 games against Denver. The total's gone over in 4 of Minnesota's last 5 road games, over in 4 of the 5 Minnesota's last 5 games this season, and over in 5 of Minnesota's last 6 games this season. Guess that's why you got you a high total.
Guess so, right?
Denver. They're 4-2 ATS in their last 6 games. 4-2 straight up in their last 6 games. 6-0 straight up in their last 6 games at home against Minnesota. But 3-7 ATS in their last 10 games against an opponent from the Western Conference. Totals gone over in 9 of Denver's last 10 games this season. Over in 4 of Denver's last 5 home games this season. Over in 11 of Denver's last 12 games. But under in 8 of Denver's last 12 games against Minnesota. The Minnesota Timberwolves going on the road to take on the Denver Nuggets -4.5. Totals at 220. LJ, do you got anything on this game, sir?
Oh, sir, this is all you, my friend. Too many injuries from me.
What's going down, Terry? Mr. Shelton.
Oh, yeah, that's my boy that go to work with me.
What's up with it, sir? That boy say, what teams are a for sure win tonight?
Utah.
Well, we haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, but that's the for sure. Utah at home.
Yeah. I can't say I disagree. So you don't have a play on this game. So
I do not. That's all you, sir. That is all you.
All right. That's cool. So as LJ said earlier, LJ, what you say earlier again?
Go back to the well. What
I
ain't
am
broke, don't
going
fix it. What ain't broke,
back
don't fix it.
to the goddamn well again. This Denver team has been making me some money this season. They're 8-4 at home. The overall record is only 14-13. But like I said, they're 8-4 at home. They've been dealing with a lot of injuries, and even still, they're won 3 out of their last 5. Most of these games are on the road. They just came back. This is only their second game at home after going on a 4-game road trip in which they went 2-2 on said road trip. Came back home, took care of Washington a couple days ago. Now you get a poor, in my opinion, Minnesota team who just beat a Portland team that's not good and dealing with injuries. And before that, they were on a 4-game losing streak. So this is this is not more of a fade Minnesota, but this is a fade Minnesota, and I like Denver play. So it's not like I'm just fading Minnesota just to fade Minnesota. And you got my boy Jokic leading the team in points, 26.5 points a game, leading the team in rebounds, 13.8, and also leading the team in assists at
He's the whole team.
0.3. Jokic is the team, which is why last week or Monday when I said I'm taking them and we were going over the injury report, and I was like, I really don't care who's out as long as Jokic is in, because the Wizards were missing Hachimura and they were missing I think Dinwiddie. They were missing a couple people too as well. Kuzma. And I was just like, nobody can hold Jokic on that team. And I'm saying the same thing. Cat can't fuck with Jokic if that's what people is thinking. Like, no, he can't. No, I know people. I think Cat's there. No, he can't. Cat can't fuck with him. So I'm rocking with I'm rocking with Denver again. I do like that guard, their first round pick from last. I can't never remember his fucking name. Is it Anthony Edwards?
Yeah, Timberwolves. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that kid. He be balling.
He's a dog.
They need more like him over there. He just not enough. Monk, what's the goddamn deal? Monk saying Pelicans and Memphis a lock.
Yeah, Memphis. I agree with Memphis.
Who the fuck is Memphis playing?
They playing Trailblazers on a back-to-back.
Oh yeah, Monk. I agree with that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Back to back. Oh man, Portland's in trouble, man. I don't know
They done
what's.
lost like 8 in a row.
Yeah, man. Portland got.
Are we capping that game? You got that game up, right?
I think I do have that game on.
Yeah,
Here.
let's wait till we get to it.
Portland got issues though, but yeah. So back to what I was saying. Yeah, we're all over Jokic here to take care of business. Another game, man. Another game. Game at home. Meanwhile, Minnesota's on the road. They just came from Portland. But even before that, man, they lost 4 games straight. Even they lost to Cleveland, Utah, Atlanta, and Brooklyn. I mean, in my opinion, that's a couple good teams, but LJ only sees one because he doesn't think Brooklyn's good at all. So
No, I do not.
they only beat you. They lost it. So if that's the case, then they lost to a bunch of sorry teams too. So even more of a reason to take the Nuggets tonight. I'm all over the -4.5. I just think that's easy money.
Yeah, these teams pretty even, man. I mean, this is a division game. You know, they both averaging 106. You know, giving up 104. So, like I said,
one has Jokic.
Yeah, you're right. You are exactly right. So I'm not mad.
And also, the one has been dealing with a bunch of injuries to kind of, not make an excuse, but that.
And plus, the Timberwolves aren't good.
That's what I'm just getting to. Exactly. So now that you said it, speaking of, are we talking about the Blazers? How about we just segue right into
Let's
that?
go right into it.
So we got the Memphis Grizzlies. They're going on the road to take on the Portland Trail Blazers. As LJ said, they're coming off a back-to-back game in which they played. Who did they lose to last night?
The Suns.
The Suns. Oh, yeah. We just finished talking about that. They're coming off a back-to-back and where they lost to the Phoenix Suns. The line is at the Portland. They're home dogs +2. Totals at 219.5. Let's look at the injury report really quick. For the Grizzlies, we got Clark has been downgraded to out. Ja Morant is out. Merrill, shooting guard, he's been downgraded to out. And Williams has been downgraded to out. Portland, Cody Zeller is questionable, and we know McCullough is out indefinitely. Actual factuals. Memphis, they're 7-2 ATS in their last 9 games. 8-1 straight up in their last 9 games. 2-4 straight up in their last 6 games on the road against Portland. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games on the road. But 2-6 straight up in their last 8 games when playing on the road in Portland. 5-2 ATS in their last 7 games against an opponent from the Western Conference, and the total is going over in 4 of their last 5 games against an opponent from the Northwest Division. Over in 10 of their last 15 games. Trailblazers, 1-5 ATS in their last 6 games. 0-6 straight up in their last 6 games. 0-5 ATS in their last 5 games at home. 6-2 straight up in their last 8 games when playing at home against Memphis. Sure, that's an old stat. 0-5 straight up in their last 5 games this season. 1-7 ATS in their last 8 games against an opponent in the Western Conference. Totals going under in 6 of their last 7 games against an opponent from the Southwest Division. Whew. LA. I mean, shit, they got me fucking up. LJ. LJ, Memphis Grizzlies on the road to take on the Portland Trail Blazers. +2, totals at 219. Let me hear what you got to say on this game.
Man, look at here, bro. Portland, feel sorry for Portland tonight, man. And it went in overtime last night, too. So not only are they on a back-to-back.
Probably got tired legs.
Oh, my God.
So let me ask you this, because, I mean, I know we know what your play is at the end of the day. Do you not fear Ja Morant being out?
No, because the Grizzlies are 9-1 ATS in their last 10 games. First half and full game. So why would that be a concern? These boys balling without them. And they're playing team basketball, which has kind of been taken away from the NBA with these certain teams and these stars hooking up and want to play isolation ball one-on-one, want to take you off the dribble instead of passing the ball, creating plays, coming off screens, sort of like what Golden State does. But that's neither here nor there. But back to this game. Yeah, Portland, man, they've lost 6 in a row. I mean, they're having turmoil with the front office. GM just got fired. So
Right.
I really feel that this is just a downward spiral for Damian Lillard to end up somewhere eventually. I mean, I see the writing on the wall. McCullough is out with a collapsed lung. Who knows if that's true? Maybe they want to save him so he won't get hurt.
That's like the worst thing could have happened. Like McCullough getting hurt. It's like,
yeah, but like I said, I think it's a lot of times, things are exaggerated, just to create a spur, sort of say. But I'm getting off track. I'm gonna take Memphis. Let me not go on a word sprint. But Memphis, I'm taking them, especially first half. You know what I'm saying? I want to know the number. We can't get the number right now, but you can write it down. Memphis first half official play. And I'm going to listen to what you say to see if you can convince me on the side. So, the second half, I'm sorry, for what game. But Portland, just too much, man. Tired legs, back-to-back, not full strength. But I do have a prop in this game, but I'm going to let you tell your side first, and then I'll give you my prop.
All right. I mean, you pretty much said at the end of a lot of my bases for why I'm going to take the Grizzlies. Outside of all the, 91 out of their last 10 games, they're playing team ball. But sorry, I'm putting up my notes. We've been talking about this for the last several days. Teams that are on back-to-backs. If you look at the overall record of NBA of teams that play on a back-to-back, we were debating this before we went live. I think it's probably like 60-40 that they lose coming off a back-to-back. Obviously, it's a lot of determining factors, injury report, what teams coming in, are they on a back-to-back, blah, blah, blah. Is it a road game? Is it a home game? So, but LJ likes to say that they're professionals. You know what I'm saying? So my counter to that is they're also playing professionals. And even though the Trailblazers are at home and the Grizzlies are on the road, that back-to-back, especially, you hear LJ say they went to overtime last night. So by the third, fourth quarter, tired legs. You know what I'm saying? That tends to come into play. And so for that's one of my main reasons. Now, just to focus on strictly basketball, even without, like he said, without Ja Morant, Jackson Jr. has been picking up the slack on the scoring. I still like Steven Adams as a big man on the inside. And Portland just don't really have enough, man, outside of the turmoil that is going on with the GM in the office. Is Dame going to stay? Is he not? They're injured. They got a new coach that's putting in a new system who's a first-year coach. As much as I'm rooting for Chauncey Billups and I hope he succeeds, but it's his first year. First time they're learning the system. First time he gets the coach. He still got no win call timeouts. He's still learning the team and learning his roster and his rotation. So it's going to be a rough year for the Blazers. I'm on the Grizzlies coming off that back-to-back. And
they played 47 minutes last
simple
night.
As that. Yeah, so we're talking about an extra quarter and extra half a quarter. So then to wake up and do it all again against a team that's hot coming in on top of that. And that's like, and then in the West, like every game damn near matters when you're like a Grizzlies team. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're not one of the top tier teams, that 5, 6, 7, 8, all that shit, it be jumbled up. Like you lose 2 or 3 games, you might find yourself at the bottom. You lose another 2 or 3 games, you might find yourself out of the playoffs. So even though it's too early to be thinking like that right now, I mean, we haven't even got to Christmas.
The Grizzlies are 4th in the conference. They're number 4 right now in the conference.
You think that's going to hold up?
I mean, it could. I mean, Lakers and Clippers are behind. They're not healthy. So if they could get healthy, I don't see the Memphis falling no more than 7, because you got Dallas, Denver left. So I think they're better than Dallas and Denver.
I think they need
considering
to
they have
stay.
John Morant.
I think they need to stay in there 4 or 5 because you drop to
Yeah,
that 7, 8. You talking about playing the
that's true.
Suns.
That's
You
true.
talk about a first. That 4 or 5 could be the difference from a first round exit or a second round. You
But
know what
that's
I'm saying?
impressive to me that they're the 4th seed in the
Oh
West.
no, definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
Definitely. But you gotta think
considering.
too. We talk about the Lakers fell off. We talking about obviously the Blazers fell off. We talking
Mhm.
about um
Dallas is injured. Denver's
Dallas, right?
injured.
So who Denver. I expect Denver to get healthy.
So we got Golden State, Phoenix, Utah, top 3, and then we got
I think
everybody
that's
else.
gonna stay. That's probably gonna
Mhm.
stay.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be 7, 8 because I think Phoenix and Golden State. That's I hope we get that in the conference finals, man.
That'd be lovely.
That would be lovely. All right, let's keep it going now.
Oh,
So
let me
we're
get my
both.
prop. Let me get my prop for
Go
the
ahead. Go
for the
ahead.
Blazers. We have Robert Covington over 5.5 rebounds. It has been plus money the last 4 games, and he has hit it every single time.
Who is that? I might need to tell that one.
Robert Covington on Portland. He comes off the bench.
Oh,
He's averaging
Covington.
he's averaging
Used to
about
be
36 minutes. Yeah, 36 minutes off the bench. So he gets minutes. So those opportunities are there for him to get these rebounds. And I don't know if they're going to continue to not pay attention to this because he's averaging 6, but they keeping it at 5.5 plus money. So until they change that, I'm gonna stick to the well.
Going back to
and ride that money train.
Chevy to the levee to
So,
the
yeah.
levee.
Robert Covington, over 5.5 rebounds plus money. Check it out later once the player prop come out.
All right, I like that one. I might tell that one. All right, next game we got on the docket is we got the Hornets. They're going on the road to take on the San Antonio Spurs. The line is at the Spurs -3.5, and the total is at 228. Let's go look at the injury report real quick. Charlotte, we got Smith is out indefinitely. He's COVID. Plumlee is questionable. McDaniels, he has COVID. And Lonzo Ball has been downgraded to out conditioning. Oh, why did I say Melo? I mean Lonzo. I don't know why I said Lonzo, but yeah, LaMelo Ball has been downgraded to out. Why conditioning? What did he have?
Yeah, he had COVID.
I was gonna say he had COVID. I forgot he had COVID. All right, so LJ, let's look at some of these actual factuals for Charlotte real quick. They're 5-1 ATS in their last 6 games, 2-6 straight up in their last 8 games, 4-2 ATS in their last 6 games against San Antonio, 4-16 straight up in their last 20 games against San Antonio, 2-12 straight up in their last 14 games when playing on the road against San Antonio, 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games this season. The total has gone under in 5 of their last 6 games against an opponent from the Southwest Division, over in 4 of the last 5 games on the road, over in 7 of their last 9 games. The Spurs, 7-2 ATS their last 9 games, 6-3 straight up in their last 9 games, 12-2 straight up in their last 14 games when playing at home against Charlotte, 8-3 ATS in their last 11 games, 13-5 straight up in their last 18 games against an opponent in the Southeast Division. The total is going over in 11 of San Antonio's last 16 games against an opponent from the Eastern Conference, over in 14 of San Antonio's last 18 games at home, but under in 5 of San Antonio's last 7 games against the Hornets. LJ, the Hornets on the road in San Antonio. Totals at 228. Line is at -3.5. What you got?
I am going to ride with them San Antonio Spurs, my friend, because number one, they have been off since Sunday, and today is Wednesday. So they got 2 full days off, and they're at home.
Good point.
They have no injuries, and they are 10-0 ATS in the first quarter in their last 10 games. So official play, Spurs, first quarter, whatever point it is, I don't know. We don't know yet.
Okay.
And I'm going to take them for a game, minus the 3.5, because they're rested. The Hornets have injuries.
First quarter or first half?
I'm going to take the Spurs first quarter, and then I'm going to take the full game, minus 3.5.
Gotcha. Okay, I didn't have a play on this game. But I'm just gonna follow that 3.5 because I like that stat you just gave out as far as them being on such a long break and LaMelo's not playing. All they really have is Terry Rozier and PJ Washington. But the Spurs have been playing some really good fucking basketball.
Averaging 112 points in their last 5 games.
I didn't know it until I looked up these numbers. Even though Murray, the guard, like that nigga, and I really peeped him like 2 or 3 years ago. It's him and it's the other one though. They got another guard too.
They got a couple of young cats out there, man. You know, they come to play, even though they're not, not that good for us competing.
Right. But I mean, even though I look at their last 5 games, their 3 losses are to a good Denver team, a good Phoenix team, and then they lost to New York, who is not good. But that loss to Denver was on. They played Denver back to back, so they beat them the first time and then lost to them the second game. You know what I'm saying? Which team revenge game for Denver? It tends to go that way. I'm not gonna make it official play because I really didn't break the game down or nothing. Look at any numbers, but I just like what I just read off, so I will tell you on that though. But I won't make it official because I didn't do anything. I didn't do the research. All right. So with that being said, last game of the morning, my good brother, before we get up on out of here, we have the Los Angeles Clippers. They're going on the road to take on the Utah Jazz. The line is at the Jazz minus 9.5. The total is at 216.5. Let's look out the injury report really quick. Batum, he's questionable. Ibaka is out. PG is questionable. And Preston has been downgraded to out. The Jazz, Azubuike, he's been out. And Butler is out. Couple actual factors for the Clippers. They're 4-2 ATS in their last 6 games. 5-1 straight up in their last 6 games. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games against Utah. 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games against Utah. But 1-7 straight up in their last 8 games when playing on the road against Utah. 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games this season. 5-0 ATS in their last 5 games against an opponent from the Northwest Division. And the total has gone under in 6 of their last 9 games on the road and under in 4 of their last 5 games. The Jazz, 5-2 ATS their last 7 games. 7-0 straight up their last 7 games. 7-1 straight up in their last 8 games and playing at home against the Clippers. 5-0 straight up in their last 5 games this season. 2-5 ATS in their last 7 games against an opponent from the Pacific Division, and the total is going over in 7 of their last 8 games against an opponent in the Western Conference, over in 5 of Utah's last 6 games at home, and over in 4 of Utah's last 5 games against the Clippers. LJ, Clippers on the road against the Jazz minus 9.5. Totals at 216. What you got? Official play is
Utah first half, full game minus 9.5. And these are my reasons why.
Go ahead, sir.
Just like the last game, Jazz been off since Saturday. They were on an East Coast road trip, went 4-0, won every game. So they're coming back home. And, we kind of use the theory of sometimes you can have, a lackluster performance coming off a road trip, coming back home. But they've been off since Saturday. They've been off since Saturday. So I don't think
– a long time.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to factor in considering they had a long day's rest.
What about rust?
Weekend. No, I don't believe in rust when you're a team averaging 115 points a game, which is the best in the league. So I don't believe rust is going to come into play. And you at home, which you have a great record at home. So that being said, like I said, did you say Paul George was hurt? Was he on
He's
the injury
questionable.
report? He's questionable, so he's not full strength, and Utah can defend the three very well. And the Clippers shoot a lot of threes. They're not really an inside, points in the paint type of team unless they're getting offensive boards and things like that. But Utah can defend very well, and I think they will be up for this tonight against the Clippers because it's a conference game. So they want to, make a statement that Utah is going to always be in the top tier but never get to the finals. So they're the best regular season team in the last 5 or 6, whatever, case may be.
They are.
So that's my official play, and that's my best bet of the day. Utah -9.5 full game, and I'm taking the first half, whatever that number is as well.
Probably going to be about 5. Stormer, what's the deal? What's going down? She said Cavs -9. Nuggets money line pick, and it's a lock.
Lock it in, man.
Lock it in. Lock that in. All right. I don't have a play on that game, LJ. And it's because it's just too many points for your boy. That's the only reason why. Oh, did I just delete something? No. Yeah, it's just too many points. And it's not that I don't think they can or cannot cover. I think they can. The Jazz are the better team. I don't know what I'm gonna get from Paul George. Shoulders messed up. But I just hate. I don't like big ass point spreads like that. That's just really my thing. So sometimes I rarely, occasionally mess around, but it's like, do the Jazz care to win by 10? No.
I think
they'll be happy with the win. I think they'll be just as happy with the win. If so, I hate those 9.5, 10. So I personally just stayed away. But I think the Jazz can do it, especially if playoff P doesn't play. If playoff P doesn't play, it's good. I'm just staying away from that shit. James, what's the goddamn deal? What's the deal? All right, so quick little show today. That's how it should be. It's early. Go over LJ's play. Let me know if I got everything right, my good brother. Got the Cavs on the first half. The Grizzlies on the first half. The Spurs first quarter and full game -3.5. Jazz first half and full game.
Hold on. Keep it up here for a second.
Yes, sir.
Let me write that down. I'm sorry. So I didn't take the books. Okay. I had the books wrote down. I'm not going to take them. Cavs first half, Jazz first half full game, Grizzlies first half, Spurs first quarter -3.
Oh, Storm. We do hockey too. I just hasn't had time to break it off. But I damn sure appreciate the love. If y'all follow LJ, he posts probably all his hockey plays.
Stormer. Let's not talk about hockey right now. That keeps my account very, very good. Seriously.
Yes, well, we was doing last year. I did an NHL show for a little while. I just haven't had time. And once bowl season is over with, I can focus more on NBA, and I'll focus on college basketball. But I can throw hockey in too as well. A couple hockey plays. Maybe me and LJ can throw hockey in when we're doing the NBA in the morning.
Just follow me on my Twitter at LJ from the H, at LJ from Houston, and at LJ from H-Town. I got 3 Twitters.
How many Twitter accounts you got, bro?
3. I got 3 of them, so everybody in the world can follow me wherever way they want to follow me.
Jesus.
But I got a couple of. Well, I got one for sure.
Can I post my plays?
Yeah, you can. Appreciate it. I'm not mad at that. That.
Marley's plays for today is Cavs first half, Pacers money line, Grizzlies -2, Nuggets -4.5. I think that Nuggets play is a lock. I think that Grizzlies play is a lock. And you know what, LJ? Your Bucks go down. That Pacers play is a lock. Lock it
I'm
in.
not mad because, like I said, Giannis ain't playing.
I've been killing NBA though, man, and I haven't even really dove super deep into it yet. Man. To be honest with y'all, I'm not
It's
even
still
just.
early.
It's super early. We haven't even got into the Christmas games yet.
Yeah.
Got a whole season to go, in my opinion. The season is about to get started. Oh, she's a Lightning fan. She's a Lightning fan.
They almost gave it up last night, though, Stormer. If you know about your team.
Hey, I've been fucking with the Lightning for about I started betting on hockey when I moved to Vegas, which was I stayed in Vegas for 2 years. How long I've been back? I've been back 2 years, so 4 years ago probably is when I started betting on hockey. And I only started betting on hockey because they had just got the Vegas Knights. And so it was so much Vegas Knights shit going on. And I was like, let me just pay attention. I sports bet anyway and fucking just start betting on hockey.
Yeah,
and
man.
That's how the hockey started. I remember telling you a long time ago, they I'm just gonna bet on football and basketball. I said, all right.
Okay. Say that now.
Okay. I was like, okay.
Bro.
I'm trying to tell you. I know how this shit went. I was the same way.
Hey.
I'm just gonna bet on football. I'm just gonna bet on basketball. I'm only gonna bet on baseball playoffs. All right, I'm only betting on football, basketball, and baseball. Nothing else. I don't even say now. I don't even say what I don't bet on. I bet on everything.
For real. Whoever has an advantage, I'm taking.
Find me some action. I'm taking it. Find me some action. I bet on. Hey, do you remember when the COVID first hit? I was betting a little bit on the simulated Madden games.
Nah, I ain't going that far. I ain't going that far.
Nigga, simulated Madden games. I mean, I wasn't betting no big, but come on,
bro.
Come on, bro. This is
how you do that?
So they was putting the games on what's that shit called? Twitch? Is that what that shit is called? And they just computer versus computer on all Madden, and they'll they'll give us a line in the spread. It was on you, Adrian. They gave us a line in the spread, and it was just like shit.
That's crazy, bro. No, not at all. Not at all.
We ain't had no sports. Hey, COVID,
I guess, but
it was COVID.
UCLA, dog. Take UCLA tonight.
I got no college players tonight.
Minus the 35, I believe it is.
Oh yeah, no, I got no.
Hold on. It's minus 35, bro. And I'm gonna tell you why it's minus 35. They're playing somebody that's Alabama State that gives up 80 points a game. Marley, they give up 80 points a game. Marley.
They might give up 100 to UCLA. But I'm still not taking those minus 35. Fuck no. It's too much other action.
Just put $5 on it, man. Just make you a quick 10, dog. Come on, man. $5, Marley. Minus 35, Marley.
That's too many fucking points. It was crazy as I be looking at that shit because I think Duke beat somebody by 30, 40 last night. And that's what the spread was, 30 something. I took that Houston first half spread. That spread was 23 last night, but I took the first half 13. Some shit like that.
First half, so for sure. But
I can't do that. I only took that big ass spread because they was coming off a loss, and then they was at home, so they was gonna be pissed coming off that loss at home. I was like, all right, they finna demolish this little bullshit ass team. But let me not disrespect them like that. I ain't gonna call nobody bullshit ass team. Smaller school.
Alabama State gives up 80 points.
Yeah, they're not good. I know that. That spread is probably good.
I'm taking it.
35, dog. That's so many points, dog. I can't do that shit. Because then if I lose, can you be mad? If you lose, you can't be mad because you took that big ass spread.
I mean, hey, you lose, but hey, giving up 80 points a game though, against the top 14, I think they're going to demolish these guys. But I'm going to take the first half, too, just to make sure if I lose the second half, I'm going to take the first half for sure. Because I know they're going to be up by whatever it is.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Take the Kraken tonight, too. NHL, that's my best bet. But all this stuff is going to be posted on Twitter later on, once I do some more research. And You
Yeah, I
know,
gotta get my Twitter. I gotta start posting my players on Twitter
yeah,
more
you got
often.
to.
I do, but I haven't as much. But we do because we do the show, and the show is on Twitter. But yeah, I'm gonna
But
start
some
just
people
posting.
don't like to just watch things; they like to read it.
Yeah, that too.
So you got to do whatever people's comfortable with. You have to have it for them to be accessible to.
You what? You're 1,000% right. All right, man. Anything before you get up out of here? I gotta go do some last minute
Nah,
Christmas
man, I'm good,
shopping.
man. Like I said, just
Got
trying
an
to get
electrical
some money,
job to
man.
go knock
Because
out, man. Shout out
sports.
to all the fathers out there. My bad.
Yeah, I'm a father. Shouts out to him. I'm just saying, sports
You
betting
know
has
what? And
changed.
we got Storm in here. Shout out to all the parents out there, man, that's making shit happen for the holidays for their kids, man.
Hey, did you see the breaking news in the NFL?
No.
Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry all got COVID.
Oh, yes, I knew that. I text my I didn't know who had it specifically, but I know yesterday I saw the news that like NFL had like 37 positive COVID
Yeah,
tests throughout the league. So yeah, we're gonna do the show tonight. I think we're gonna do the NFL show, so that's definitely gonna be something to keep an eye on because yeah, COVID hit NFL hard yesterday. So
I'll be
a
in the
lot of guys
chat.
gonna be out.
I'll be working, but I'll be in the chat though. What time is usually? Well, I'll put my notification on. I don't need you to
Come
tell
on,
me
man.
what time. Put my notification on. Ring the bell, man.
Segue into that, man. Everybody, please comment,
Yes.
like, and subscribe to Brothers in Bets, man. Got some big things up on the horizon, big things coming up soon. Now that a little bit time is freed up for me and the coach as far as football season's over with. Shit, my season don't stop. I'm coaching again. My other little league, winter flag league. Then my kids. Then we go into track and baseball, basketball. Then right back to football. So we don't stop.
Don't stop.
Matter of fact, I need to show some of y'all this right here because some of y'all don't even know this. This is what I be teaching. This is me and the kids' homework. Y'all see that? Boom. So there we already doing this. We already on the board. Niggas 5 and 6. We already on the dry erase board. My kids gonna be breaking down film in middle school. Like, no, coach, you gotta do it like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, do you docu series this stuff? Do you film it?
No, man. And it's crazy you asked me that. I had a guy that's shout out my boy Drip, man. My boy Drip. Appreciate that, Stormer. That's all love. Appreciate that. I'll be watching y'all at work. It helps my days go by faster. Oh, that's even better, man. I appreciate that. Anything we can do to help somebody day go by at work for sure. But nah, man, me and my boy Drip had a conversation about doing like a little mini not obviously we're not betting on kids, so I'm not gonna say a sports betting show, but like a little show about the little league that we were part of, just like breaking the games down and almost like a ESPN version of the kids
Yeah, I get it.
during the season. We didn't really have no particulars, but I was kind of like, I don't know if I should put it on this channel because this is a sports betting channel. But if it's not sports betting, I think it should be
Just
fine.
create another one. Just create
But
another.
I think I can still put it under this page. We're not sports betting. We're just, hyping up the games and giving a place for the kids to go look at their highlights or whatever. But I don't know. We gotta put some pen to paper. But documenting me and my stuff and working with my kids, that would be cool. Maybe
Yeah, you should do that, sir.
Maybe
Never know what things
so.
lead to, you know.
No, you don't. You never know. Even if it's something they can just work back up on.
For real.
We do a lot of shit. Even, I got that punching bag, heavy bag in my backyard. And then I tied a string from a tree to a rope so they can duck under the string. Throw a jab while they duck under. Throw a jab.
That's what's
Anyway.
up.
But yeah, man. So before we get up out of here, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in this morning. Y'all like, comment, subscribe to that Brothers in Bets page. Y'all go follow my boy LJ from Houston on on all 3 of his Twitters. Don't just follow on one. Go subscribe to the YouTube, the Raw Word Sports Podcast. It'll be up and jumping soon.
Christmas Day, sir.
There y'all have it right there. And as of always, man, good luck on today's people. Because y'all know what the objective is. And that objective is let's beat Vegas. And we out this motherfucker.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach